The Michael Jackson of the poetry scene right now. I'm not gonna, he's been the Michael Jackson of the poetry scene ever since I've known him. I gotta give credit where credit's due. He make it look good. He make it look easy, not good. He make it look easy. Him and his wife, Blaq Isis, I'm always looking at them, loving that unity that they have. It's not so often that you see young couples staying together. You understand what I'm saying? And providing that resource that their babies need, which is parenthood. So what I like to do is, I'm going to say it 5 more times, internationally known, Chicago Award winning everything on that that's concerning poetry. Poet of the Year. He has a special show, which if you check for him on Facebook, he has a show. What's the name of the show, Ice?
The Bible Show Truth Hour.
The Bible Show Truth Hour he has. You should check that out too, because he gives a lot of good, positive, and awesome energy. So I've said enough. I want y'all to bring up, with a lot of shouting and joy and applause, my brother, our friend, our brother, Blaq Ice!
I breathe life into the souls of men with my words. I give the most grounded listener wings to make them fly like birds. I'm a god in the game. A breath of fresh air, drink from the flow of this fountain and you would never thirst. I've been given the power to make the blind see, the deaf hear, and the dumb speak with one verse. See, y'all, I'm putting this game on my shoulders like Atlas. I take a step down just to take king status. Who you know that came in the game and changed the whole scene? Who you know that took 4 mortal men and made them all kings? I've been called the boy wonder. And although I'm not Robin, your boy's so cold, I'm still in the weatherman's thunder. I'm sick with these skills. And I've been listening to these watered down rappers so long that I've developed gills. My career's so vertical. And I got so many poet soldiers beside me that we be like that Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Come on. See, y'all, I don't think y'all understand I've been tested. Spiritually invested in. I've been nailed to the cross, crossed out, but failure for me is not an option. I'm not opting out, I'm in it to win. This life has a way of purging you, mentally discouraging you. But I'm just a soldier sitting here to serve you, although some of you have said to me, the nerve of you. Feels like I've carried the weight of this spoken word world on my shoulders. Obstacles, these rocks, then turn to boulders. But I stay lifted, young, black, and gifted. Taking the spoken word game to another gear shifted, and I'm on cruise control. And I was told to never let them see me sweat or lose control. But I stay so smooth that you can't even get next to me. I'm like this Texas tea. I should change my name from Blaq Ice to Blaq Gold.
Come on now.
Because see, y'all, I got that Midas touch. And I know how to turn a minus into a plus.
Come on.
Plus, I got a plan. And as cool as I am, I still got fans.
Okay.
Y'all didn't catch that, did you? Yeah, see, some of y'all still want to test me. I'll give you credit, though. You bring out the best of me, the perfect blend of talent, intelligence, and sexy. And for what I'm about to say, I hope y'all don't think no less of me, but see, some of these poets can be so critical. Like everything we write gotta be lyrical. And some of y'all content with performing on stage. No, y'all, I'm performing miracles. And before they started selling their poetry books and DVDs, I was on the Chicago L train selling Movados.
Come on.
And I think it's good that they spit fire and soda on all their CDs, but I got bigger things on my mind, like selling out Dusabos, Kenwoods, Regals, tinted windows you can't see through. But the good thing about tinted windows are, I can see you.
Come on.
And I'm not impressed. You're about to witness one of the best spoken word artists live in the flesh. Are y'all ready for the next poet?
Yes.
Can he flow?
Can he flow?
Y'all already know, so don't ask me no more. But see, y'all, I got to flow like Niagara. And I'm going to start borrowing poets who can't come hard on stage Viagra.
Wow.
And I think y'all really ought to see this flow. And if you can't do that, try comedy, because they're all going to laugh at your carry.
Oh.
One of the best poets that Chicago has ever produced since Gary. So brothers and sisters, I don't really want to come too hard. But I want y'all to do one thing for me right now. Make some noise and give it up for God. I just wanted to do a little quick intro. How y'all doing? Let me hear y'all say all right.
All right.
Everybody in the house, let me hear y'all say all right.
All right.
Now I need all the ugly people to be quiet. Some of y'all not sure.
That's why I love
Hey! That's what y'all saying. Some of y'all not sure. So this is what I want to do. I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, I'm a public speaker, and I consider myself a spiritualist. That means that I believe in a God. I believe in a God that woke me up this morning. I believe in a God that gave me the breath that's in my lungs.
Okay.
That gave me this brain and this mind that I think with, and the ability and the power to change the world. So I want y'all to do 4 things for me real quick, and I want you to remember this. This is what I call the 4 elements of life. Everybody say earth.
Earth.
Everybody say air.
Air.
Everybody say fire.
Fire.
And everybody say water.
Water.
Well, when you drop something outside, you say, I dropped it on the way. On the ground, right? So earth is another word for ground.
Come on.
And when somebody tells you to be humble, they say, I want you to stay grounded. So the word ground is also a metaphor that's used for being humble, for humility, to stay grounded. So what I want you all to understand is that staying grounded and staying humble means that you're open for someone to come into your life and to teach you something that you don't already know. But if you think that you know everything, then you're like a closed fist. Can you get anything inside of a closed fist? Children, talk to me over there. I'm talking to y'all over there. Can you get anything inside of a closed fist? No. Can you take anything out of a closed fist? No. So you got to be open. You got to be humble. Let me hear y'all say stay humble.
Stay humble.
Let me hear y'all say stay grounded.
Stay grounded.
Let me hear y'all say earth.
Earth.
Always remember that when we talk about the first element, earth, the second element is air. Everybody say air.
Air.
Is it air inside of this room right now?
Yes.
Are you breathing it?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
You cannot see air, but you know that it exists, right?
Yes.
Some of you all have problems in your life that you're experiencing right now. You may not be able to see the answer to the problem. But just like air exists, you wake up in the morning, you have faith that you're going to have air there for you to breathe. You got to have that same type of faith that there is a solution to every problem that you're experiencing right now in your life. Maybe your mother is not involved in your life. Maybe your father is not involved in your life. Maybe you got some trials and tribulations in your life. But if you have faith in God, everybody say faith in God.
Faith in God.
If you got faith in God, just like you can't see air and you know that it exists, there's a solution to your problem. Although you can't see it, you know that it exists. Now, everybody say fire.
Fire.
That's the third one that I want to deal with. Fire does 2 things. It either destroys or it purifies. What do you cook food over? Fire. And it's to take the bacteria out and the impurities out of the food that you're going to eat, right? So fire does 2 things. It destroys or it purifies. Shaka Khan, some of you all are too young to know her, but she made a song called Through the what?
Fire.
Through the fire. You got to go through the fire. You got to go through a struggle. How many people know who Michael Jordan is? Raise your hand. Did you know that Michael Jordan's high school basketball coach told him that he was not good enough to play basketball? Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's high school basketball coach told him that he was not good enough to play basketball. So he cut him from the basketball team. But if Michael Jordan hadn't had that challenge of being cut from his high school basketball team, he wouldn't have went to the gym, he wouldn't have worked out. He wouldn't have perfected his game. he wouldn't have came back to prove to his high school coach that he was good enough to play basketball and he was good enough to make the team. Now, who's the greatest basketball player that has ever lived?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, because he had to go through a what? Fire. So I want you to not complain about the problems that you have, not complain about the struggles that you have, but I want you to embrace the struggle that you're having, because God put it there for a reason. Now, let's talk about the last one. The last one is water. Everybody say water.
Water.
If you put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. If you put it in a cup, it becomes the cup. Because water is flexible. Everybody say flexible.
Flexible.
Do you know what flexible means? That means that you're able to adapt to any environment that you're put in. You got rules when you go home. Your parents say turn off the TV at night. I need you to do your homework when you come home from school. You got to learn how to adapt to the environment. When you go to school, you got to follow the rules in school. If they tell you stop talking in class, concentrate on your work, you got to be like water. You got to be able to adapt to the environment. Adapt to the rules of your school. So if you master earth, being grounded and humble, air, having faith to know that there's a solution to the problems that you're going through in your life, fire, embracing the struggle, know that God put it in your life for a reason, and water, being flexible and learning how to adapt to any environment that you're put in, then your life is going to be a successful life. You want to know why? Because we all got a daddy. And you know who our daddy is? Our daddy is God. And the Bible says that the earth belongs to him and the fullness thereof. That means that you just not a Chicagoan. You just not a Southside. I'm just not from Inglewood. This earth belongs to my Father, and if that's my Father's, then that means that I inherit what he has also as well.
Yeah.
So that means that the whole 196,940,000 square miles of this earth belongs to me. That means in this earth, which is water, which is the dominant piece of energy on this earth, 139,685,000 square miles belongs to me. That means that coming out of the water is 57,255,000 square miles of land. Guess who it belongs to? It belongs to me. That means that this earth that's spinning on the axis at 1,037 and 1/3 miles per hour, being struck by the light of the sun, which means that it's moving and revolving, you got to have light and understanding and knowledge in order to move, in order to grow. So this is what this is all about today. So give yourselves a nice black round of applause. And I want to close with this. Anybody ever been on the elevator before?
Yeah.
Make some noise if you've been on the elevator. We got some water over there somewhere. This young man has not been on the elevator. We got to make sure that he takes an elevator. You've been on the elevator, you just playing with me? If you've been on the elevator before, the elevator stops at every what? Do you know that every floor represents a stage of life on an elevator? I want to share this with you and I'll close and I'll turn it over, but give everybody that was involved with this beautiful event, Mecca, everybody a nice round of applause. My sister Reva, we go back about 30 years. One of my good friends go back about 30 years since Gresham Elementary School. That's right. Let me talk to y'all about the elevator. Children, listen. There's this elevator, right? It's full of people. Some family, some friends, some strangers. But you're all in the basement. See, the basement represents that brand new idea that was blessed to be manifested in your mind, but by the time you share your idea with the 10 people standing in the elevator next to you, some of them get off before the door even closes. Like those so-called friends. The ones who you thought would be there through thick and thin down to the end. They didn't even make it to the first floor. The door closes. The elevator rises. Much to your surprise, you're making progress. The bell rings. You're at the first floor. The door opens, and guess what happens next? Those childhood friends, they got goals of their own. Time for you to be strong, because you're going to lose some of these friends during this ride and feel alone. But as they walk out, a few more friends walk in. You started off with 10, and now you're down to 8. Now, one of the new friends who just walked in pressed floor 2. So you know what that means? The next time the elevator door opens, they'll be going too. But before they left, they introduced you to one of their friends who became your friend. Then y'all became close like kin. The door opens at floor 2. You lose a few. But one man walks in, and he becomes your boyfriend. And now we're down to 7. Now only 4 out of the 7 are the original occupants that you begin with. In all, there are 2 strangers. One cousin, one friend, your mom, one new friend, and a boyfriend. Now the elevator passes floor 3. Seems like life is finally looking up. But as soon as you get comfortable, you're at the 4th floor and the door opens up. You're staring death right in the face. Quickly you step back. He reaches in his arm and unexpectedly takes your mom. Everyone in the elevator consoles you. But this takes an emotional toll on you and your relationship. Everything you ever believed in or ever knew about is in doubt. You become so emotionally cold that right before the doors close, your boyfriend walks in. What's to expect by floor 5? Now what just happened on the 4th floor was a game changer, but by the time floor 5 arrives, you will lose one of those strangers. But before he leaves, he whispers to you, "There's something that I hope that you see." She said, "What's that?" That God wants you to go through everything that you're going through in order for you to get to where he wants you to be. He leaves. 4 remains. Only 1 more floor to go. But between the 5th and the 6th floor, you notice something. The other stranger reaches around you and hits the stop button. Everything is frozen except you and him. He says, "It's time for us to talk." Now, I've been here since the beginning, and I've seen everything that happened, and not once did you ever acknowledge me. I even gave you words of comfort when you lost your mommy. I thought at that point you would want to get to know me. Look around. Out of the 10 that you started out with, there's only a few. Now you have a choice or two. You can continue on. Use the experience of what you've been through to help heal, or you can do what you've been thinking, go in that purse and take those pills. She said, "No, I want to live." Then you need to learn how to forgive. She now knew who she was talking to. She takes a deep breath, then asked him for forgiveness, but he said, "I'll forgive you when you learn how to forgive yourself." He pressed the button. The bell rings. The door opens at the 6th floor. To your surprise, your ex-boyfriend is standing there, offer you his hand. You turn right around, look at that man right in the face, and smile. Out of the many people that came into your life, you've already lost the majority. Expect for the closest ones to you to disappoint you, let you down, betray you, but don't you change. Stay you. And at the end of the day, when you place your family and friends before God, he will remove them to show you that he's a jealous God. And none should be placed before him. Trust him to know that he will replace everything stolen, restore everything lost, and heal everything broken.
Yeah.
See, in life, you're going to have some knockdowns on the way up. But it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. I'm Blaq, y'all. Thank you.
Oh, wow. All right. Thank you, my brother. Okay, my people. I want to say this. You guys showed up and you gave tremendous energy. I want to even give thanks to Big Mike for looking good back there all silent or whatever. Looking like a soldier back there. And these are the kind of brothers we need in our midst. We need all kinds of brothers. We need soldiers. We need health practitioners that want to heal you so that they don't have to sell you no medicine.
That's not gonna hit.
You understand what I'm saying? We need mamas that ain't afraid to stand up and speak how mama just stood up and spoke with that energy that she spoke with. We need children that listen and pay attention to the adults, because